What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sean here. If you're new, welcome. We talk about personal finance and investing. One thing we don't talk a lot about or haven't talked about on this channel yet, however, is gold. Gold stocks are something, I don't know, considered right now not super interesting, maybe a little bit boring, maybe something that our parents invested in, I don't know. But there's a lot of kind of exciting little innovations that are going on with some of these older industries, and today is no different. I want to talk about a company called NewLox Gold Ventures, and they're not just mining gold, but they're actually more like a gold processing company, doing things in a little bit of a different way, actually a little bit of a greener way, making the industry a little bit better and kinder to Mother Nature, which I think is pretty cool. So I wanted to look at this, and yeah, what really interests me is the R&D arm of this company. It's still very young, very small, so and it's got a stock price of like 27 cents, so it's kind of a little bit of it's really a little bit of a spec play, but kind of like a penny stock, but something I'm kind of excited about and definitely want to keep on my watch list. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about the company, talk about the technology, and we'll talk a little bit about the balance sheet at the end and some of the risks in the future. So let's just do this. So gold, hey, I know you're probably rolling your eyes, but there's a lot to like about NewLox as a young investor, especially because I like new technology. So what this company does a bit differently is they're actually not spending all that time and money and research trying to find new gold deposits. These guys go and find old mines that have been mined using what they call artisanal methods. That just means old methods that usually mine about 40% of the gold that was available, but there's a lot left on the table. So these guys go back to these old mines and use new technology and new milling technology in order to get more of that ore, that deposit out of the ore. So for NewLox, they set up these kind of novel, I assume patented types of processing plants there on site. They've actually got one in operation right now. They're about to deploy their second. Projects are low cost, just a couple $1 million to construct this mill. They operate in Costa Rica, which has historically been a very democratic, stable country to operate in, which is great for some of these resource companies. They also employ local talent to find and mine the gold. That does keep their costs down, but it also makes sure that there's employment for those locals in the area, and then they split the profit with the locals 50-50. So that is the profit, which means that they have to cover all their costs first, and profits are split 50-50 between the workers and the company. Okay, so now I want to talk quickly about the technologies. I can't get into like the actual chemistry because I'm pretty sure that those details are kind of trade secrets right now for the company, but NewLox has two technologies that are really interesting. So first is the heavy metal remediation systems that they use, and that is being able to remove the mercury from the ore with lower energy input rather than heating it up and distilling it, which takes tons of energy. If this type of method that they have, this new method, is proven, they will actually let it be used globally so that the practices are improved for gold mining in the whole world. The presentation that I watched said, you know, it's good for Mother Earth and something that they're not going to try and monetize and make money on. Now, what they will monetize is the alternative metals leaching technology that they have, and it uses organic, non-toxic solvent to recover gold from the material that they mine. It replaces cyanide in the process, which requires diligent handling and risks a serious accident. So the system is anhydrous, which means it doesn't use water, and water is typically very heavily used in this process and therefore costs more. So this system doesn't use any water, and a decrease of water use opens you up to more projects this way. And also, no water means no affluent that you have to figure out how to dispose of, because you've got, you know, contaminated water essentially there. On top of all this, the solvent that you use can also be recycled. So what NewLox is looking to do is, once they've kind of got the system proven and working efficiently, they will use it in their technology in their mills, but also are open to licensing this technology out to other gold ventures in order to, you know, make money off of this technology that way as well. So that's the part that kind of really gets me excited. There's a couple different ways that this company makes money. All right, so let's start to talk a little bit about some of the things to watch out for with this company, because it's not, it is speculative. It's not all rose-colored glasses here, but the company obviously is still young. So it's in a bit of a growth phase. It's raised money to fund its first few projects, but isn't really profitable. And honestly, the balance sheet is quite bad right now because it's early days. But this is typical of a lot of the gold companies on the TSX, and the industry itself needs a lot of upfront investment before you can actually start to mine the gold and make money off of this. But really, the balance sheet has negative profits, negative operating income, negative operating cash flows, so that's not looking good just yet. Even the price to sales ratio is high, up in the 80s, and you can find lower price to sales ratios in other competing companies like Hart Gold or Dynacorp Gold Mines. Now I'll talk really quickly about some risks. In this industry in general, gold prices definitely affect the stock price. When gold is valuable, this is explored more, it's more profitable, and therefore increases the price of this stock, just like it would, Suncor if you're looking at oil and gas stocks. Second would be just general interest in precious metals. This is something that's trending, that people are going to be excited, and we're seeing some of the investment excitement come back to this sector as of Q3 of last year, so that's a good sign. The third and last risk I will list out here is just being ahead of the curve of the competition. Right now, there's a little bit of interest in gold, but you definitely want to be there already when that trend comes up. And I think that the company is positioning itself to be there. They're planning on setting up a new processing facility every 6 months for the next few years. And with each facility bringing in $8 million per site, that is, we should see a lot of good profitability there, but it's just further out into the future. But there's a lot to like here. Like, the fact that they're going into a stable region is great. The fact that they're using old mines means they're not spending money looking for where the gold is. They already know where it is. They don't have to spend that money up front. But the thing that really gets me jazzed about this company is the opportunity in that R&D and licensing that technology to others. So right now, I think at the price it's at, maybe it's a very light buy for me, something you might want to dip your toe in. I don't know, I'm still thinking about it, but definitely one that I'm keeping on my watch list, because if this company is successful, you could stand to make some pretty good gains on it. Now, what do you guys think about gold in general? Do you find this stuff intriguing? Please let me know in the comments. Do you want me to do a comparison on some of the players in this industry, and do you know any that you'd like to be put on the list? I mentioned Dynacorp as one of them, and Hart Gold. Do you guys want to see a comparison? Is that something that's interesting to you? If so, please let me know. I can do a quick ratio comparison video on Canadian gold exploration companies or whatever it is. So please let me know in the comments. But keep this thing short, guys. Have yourselves a great week. Spread the wealth. See you all in the next one.